So now that we have pretty much all the boilerplate implemented, I want to go ahead and point out that I did forget to do one thing. So if we head over here to our character movement component class, we want to also override the update from compressed flags. Now, this is the last thing we need to do. If we take a quick look at the parent implementation, you can kind of see how they're setting things. So in the crouching case, we're basically setting B wants to crouch based upon the flag here. So B wants to crouch flag, we can copy and paste all that and change B wants to crouch to B wants to sprint. And we're going to change the flag to the flag underscore custom underscore 0. And that's it. So our entire boilerplate for sprinting is now good to go. Now we just need to implement the logic of basically modifying our movement speed. Now in my case, I want to go ahead and override the get max speed function. And if we take a quick look, we can see we have, a switch on our movement mode. So if we are walking or nav walking, we do stuff, basically the exact same thing. If we are falling, we just do our normal max walk speed, and swimming, blah, 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 etc. So in my case, I don't want us to be able to sprint while crouching, and I don't want to be able to sprint while falling and that kind of thing. So what we can do is kind of more or less have this kind of same setup, just with the additional logic of if we are sprinting in here. So we can copy this chunk and just paste it in like so. So this will cover both of these conditions because we potentially are going to use this for the zombies, which may or may not be nav walking, but we do need them to be sprinting. So it just kind of one of those, it depends. Now to begin, we are going to want to do our crouching kind of logic there. And I also want to kind of look into doing it with the ability system as well for kind of blocking crouching if we were sprinting and that kind of thing. But for the time being, I just want to make sure sprinting actually does work. So if we are sprinting, then we want to do a check. If we're crouching, we want to do a different check. And I also want to go ahead and do a default case, and we'll just return, we'll follow along with what they were doing in the parent, which was returning 0. So we're basically not moving at all. So if B wants to sprint, then what we want to do is simply return basically a check of our max walk speed. Or sorry, not our max walk speed, our max sprint speed, which we need to define. So max sprint speed. Otherwise, we can go ahead and do kind of a separate condition, so to speak, which is the default here. So let's go ahead and make our max sprint speed. So float max sprint speed, and we'll default to 600. Oops. And I also want to make this a U property, edit defaults only, we'll do blueprint read only, and give it the category of character movement extended. And likewise, we also need to be able to basically toggle our B wants to sprint. So we're going to have to set up a start and stop sprinting function. But for the time being, this will be, in my opinion, sufficient. So if we want to sprint, we return our max sprint speed. Otherwise, if we don't want to sprint, we do our crouching stuff here. Now, this will let us sprint while crouching, which we don't want, but I'm going to deal with that later, probably in the movement, or not the movement, the the gameplay ability system itself. So let's make our U functions. We'll do blueprint callable and give it the category of character movement extended, and do a void start sprinting. And in our case, we just set B wants to sprint to true. Now we can copy and paste and do a stop sprinting. And all that'll do is simply set it to false. And that's it. So if we go ahead and hit play, we should be able to see this in action. So we're setting B wants to sprint to true and false, which will basically allow us to use our max sprint speed or our max walk speed or max walk speed crouched. Okay, so we have an error here. Use parenthesis to, oh, whoops. So it needs a closing parenthesis right after the custom flag. And now we should be good to go. Okay, once we are back in the editor, we can go ahead and launch the player pawn, grab one of our inputs, and just change it to left shift. And now we just need to change our character movement component to use our custom class. So select our movement component, change the component class to our extended character movement component, like so. From here, we want to drag off and go ahead and cast it to our extended character movement. And this is stuff we'll be doing by default in the near future as well. I'm going to use a pure cast, so I can simply call start and stop sprinting. So I can hook that to pressed and released, like so, and give it a try. So I'll try a standalone first. So I'm walking. Actually, my overall movement speed is way too fast by default. So let's find our max walk speed. So max walk speed will do 250 and max sprint speed will do 600. So I'm walking, and when I hold left shift, you can see our movement speed greatly increases. So we go from the 250 to 600 like so. So that all is good to go. Now let's try with two clients so we can visually actually see it. So here's this guy, I'm walking, and I start sprinting. So you can see we are in fact able to sprint. Now we can go ahead and just do a quick test with some ping, and this should also allow us to visualize any sort of corrections. So in this case, I'm going to change it to average and hit play. And this also does contain some packet loss as well, so we might have some stuttery movement, but everything does seem to be pretty much good to go. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I'd say we are good to go with our sprinting. So I just wanted that all to be implemented because that's kind of our, boilerplate, I guess you could say, complete. So moving forward, adding different things to our movement component is going to be a lot just overall simpler if we need to do, anything additional, as well as we have our base kind of, I guess you could say, set up for if we want to go ahead and do a deep dive and try to optimize the movement component for the zombies to reduce some of the work that, is normally being done. But yeah, that'll be one of those things where later down the road, if we need it, we at least can do it without having to. We already have basically a place to do it from, if that makes sense. So, anyhow, that is going to be all for this video, and I will see you in the next one. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where you can also get early access to this entire series.